Hello again, I'm Edgar Dolman, and in this seventh segment, I want to discuss how the Tea Parties can expand their political power. Political power. We're already a political force, but I believe we can best increase our political power by organizing to act effectively at local, state, and national level. I believe local Tea Parties should get with their neighboring parties and create cooperating groups within their local and state legislative districts, creating a collective voice that's much harder for local legislators to ignore. Next, I believe we should organize state federations of Tea Parties to coordinate statewide activity. For states are our last line of defense against federal despotism. The Virginia Tea Party Patriots Federation is a good proof of concept model to look at. When enough states are involved, I believe we should create a National Tea Party Congress consisting of representatives from each participating state federation, and that Congress becomes the national voice of liberty. As this structure is built, we need to forge relationships with other groups and PACs to define strategies and give mutual support. This will be especially important with national scope Tea Party organizations with their unique capabilities, skills, and focus. Finally, one of the most important activities will be effective messaging, messages that can connect rationally and emotionally with the majority of the public. I believe this approach preserves the vital grassroots bottom-up quality of Tea Parties, yet provides the structure to develop and implement strategies at local, state, and national level, and thereby generate a ton more influence than we have today. It also prevents any single group from taking control. Progressives may think they are immune to human nature, but Tea Partiers must always remember that no one is immune. In this task, the elephant in the room is the GOP and its overall ineffectiveness. I believe that the Tea Party should take a two-pronged approach toward the GOP. Let's not forget that had the GOP leadership been effectively fighting for Republican principles, the Tea Party would never have arisen. First and everywhere, members of Tea Parties should join local GOP units and committees if they haven't already done so, and seek party positions and work to make the local, state, and GOP party units more conservative. This can actually be done in a very positive way, since what we want is just the Republican principles applied. Second, Tea Parties at all levels should work to exert external pressure on the GOP by vetting candidates, showing an ability to get out decisive votes in primaries and elections, influencing legislation, and establishing a political climate of opinion which makes it politically profitable for even the wrong people in office to do the right thing. The combination of activist conservatives working within the party and external pressure from Tea Party groups will either reform the GOP or fracture it. In this process, the Tea Party will be developing the structure, organization, and skills to be a major political force, and conservatives working within the GOP will be developing political organizational skills. So, if the GOP can be returned to its principles, it will be wonderful. But if it fragments between the hammer of conservative activism and an anvil of establishment intransigence, the organization and skills will have been developed to found a new and replacement political party. If it comes to that, and we should pray it does not actually, we must be ready, for a new party must effectively and rapidly replace the old one, much as the Republicans replaced the Whigs, for acting as a third party alone will fail. However the work with the GOP turns out, with this approach the Liberty Movement will have in fact built political power. With the latest capitulation of Republican leadership in Congress, and establishment Republicans being unable or unwilling to craft a coherent message, yet publicly trashing conservatives and Tea Parties, and with the 2014 midterms barely a year away, it is clear that the Tea Party does not have much time. What about moral power and educational freedom? That's what I would like to discuss and wrap up in the final segment of the Tea Party Challenge.